What's up, y'all? KRC Pinto here, and today I want to talk to you about Valorant. But Pinto, you're a Dragon Ball player. Why are you talking about Valorant? I know, but hear me out. In my humble opinion, Valorant is an FPS tailor-made for FGC folks to try out. Really quick before I dig into why, please drop a like and subscribe to the channel. It means a lot, especially if you enjoy the videos. So if you hadn't heard of Valorant before starting this video, I'd be pretty shocked. The new 5v5 tactical shooter from Riot, the studio behind League of Legends, took Twitch and the world by storm during its beta earlier this year. The game released to the public at the beginning of June with 10 playable agents and 4 maps. It's free to play, so if you haven't downloaded it to your PC yet, I highly recommend at least checking it out. Now, earlier I called Valorant an FPS tailor-made for the FGC. What the hell does that mean? Well, I think that the design choices, mechanics, and unique aspects of the game are all appealing to fighting game players for various reasons. I think that in the world of shooters, this is the closest we'll get to the spirit of a fighting game. So let's talk about it. Any fighting game player will tell you that one of the main draws of the genre is how fantastic the character design can be. From the various archetypes like high-speed rushdown characters or big bulky grapplers, to the personalities each character is able to express, a fighting game player's connection to their character is a key contributing factor to their enjoyment of the game. Well, Valorant does something very similar, but in a shooter setting. You play the game as an agent, a specific character with their own personality and abilities that differentiate them from the other characters. This is an increasingly popular trope borrowed from games like Apex and Overwatch. Valorant classifies each of these characters into their own FPS version of character archetypes: Duelists, Initiators, Controllers, and Sentinels. Duelists are your rushdown characters, running in guns blazing with abilities meant to rack up kills or frag. Initiators have abilities that can be used to gain an advantage before a fight, like Sova's information gathering recon arrows and drone, or Breach's disorienting fault lines and flashbangs. Controllers eliminate lines of sight or cut off entrances to control space, whereas Sentinels are designed to hang back and provide utility. Sage, for example, is a healer who can also impede movement, whereas Cypher is the spy extraordinaire, setting traps and gathering intel. This is a direct parallel that Valorant draws to fighting games. Each character has a game plan. The fundamentals and goal are uniform across the board, but your role on the team and how you use your abilities is very archetypal and should line up directly with your playstyle. Sound familiar? I was watching the Score Esports the other day, and I happened to catch this clip.
I can use that word.
We talked about this a lot when they started showing off the agents and stuff in the office, and we were like, wow, so many of these abilities are, CSGO shortcut, right? Like, right. Oh, Jet can boost herself. Oh, he just Brimstone automatically puts a smoke where you want it to be, right? Like, so many of these abilities are just like, here is the quote-unquote, like, macro shortcut to do a thing in CS by yourself without too much effort.
I thought that was particularly interesting. Claiming that Valorant is a simplified version of CSGO is one way to look at it, but I saw it in FGC terms. The game is fundamentals based. If you watch any how to improve in Valorant video, you'll hear similar things. Crosshair placement, spray control, spike placement, communication, smart economy. Those concepts, while foreign to fighting games, are the basics of a shooter like Valorant or Counter-Strike. It'd be like a fighting game video saying to learn about high-lows, pokes, B&Bs, and safe frames. Personally, I like this approach, because while there are nuances like character roles and map knowledge, you have something you can immediately grind on and improve at. Learning your fundamentals in this game, like in fighting games, allows you to bend them or adapt to be unpredictable. Sounds similar to another genre I enjoy. Oh, and did I mention they have a pretty good practice mode? They have a pretty good practice mode. So while some things may be familiar to fighting game players, others won't be. First and foremost is the team aspect of the game. Valorant is a 5v5 game, which means you can't just rely on yourself to pull out W's. Sometimes your team will fall short, and that's something you can't get tilted over or you'll never have fun playing the game. Sometimes you'll have to play a secondary character because someone else selected your main agent, or because the team composition would be better off with a different agent than your favorite or your main. Giving up the solo aspect is a big difference, but the camaraderie can be a really good time too. The best thing you can do is meet people you vibe with or friends who play the game, and fill out your squad with as many of them as possible. The other thing to know going in is that you have to look at this as though it's your first time picking up Street Fighter. There's going to be a colossal skill gap between you and the other players. That's okay, that's esports. But just don't fire up for the first time and expect to rack up kills and clutch wins. It takes time and it takes practice, just like a fighting game. Have any of y'all had a chance to play Valorant yet? Let me know what you think of the game in the comments, and if you ever want to queue up, feel free to hit me up on Twitter at KRCPinto. Thanks for watching everyone, go bust some skulls.